In this video, we will discuss about these types of SMAD signaling and their interplay, how they are related to each other. In the figure, we can see this bone and this some topics like fracture, hearing, osteoporosis. We will not discuss that thing in this video. We will only cover the SMAD signaling pathways that are mentioned here and how they are related to each other. And the SMAD signaling pathways are been divided into three major categories. It is R-SMAD, Co-SMAD, and I-SMAD. I-SMAD is inhibitory SMAD, and this co-stimulatory SMAD and regulatory or regulatory SMAD. And in the regulatory SMAD, the 5 SMADs has been identified. It is SMAD 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and to some extent the SMAD 9 also. And the co-stimulatory SMAD 4 has been identified. And for the inhibitory SMAD, the SMAD 6 and SMAD 7 has been identified. We will first understand how these SMAD signaling pathways work, and so it is mainly activated by either TGF-beta or BMP. When the TGF-beta interact with the receptors on the cell surface, it will phosphorylate it in the intercellular part, and that will cause the regulatory SMAD pathways, that is SMAD 2 and 3, interact with this activated TGF-beta receptors and form a complex that is phosphorylated. And these phosphorylated regulatory SMAD pathways then interact with this co-stimulatory SMAD4 pathways, and this co-stimulatory SMAD4 does not activated directly by the TGF-beta receptors or BMP receptors, and there is no phosphorylation occurs in this SMAD4, but it can form a heterodimeric or multimeric complex with the activated regulatory SMAD pathways, regulatory SMAD complex, that is SMAD 2 and 3. It will form a complex, then it will translocate into the nucleus, where it will cause the expressions, that is expressions of the EMT in case of this TGF-beta. In the case of BMP, the similar things occurs, but in this case the regulatory SMAD pathways are 1, 5, 8. It will get phosphorylated when the BMP interact with its receptors in the acellular parts, that leads to the activations in terms of the phosphorylations of the intercellular part of this BMP receptors, that will cause the complex formations of the regulatory SMAD pathways 1, 5, 8. And then later they interact with this SMAD4 pathways. Later they interact with this co-SMAD, or that is SMAD4, to form a heterodimeric or multimeric complex, then goes to the translocated into the nucleus, where it will cause upregulations or expressions of the genes. So far we have understood about this interplay between co-SMAD and R-SMAD. Now there are two inhibitory SMAD pathways, that is two inhibitory SMAD, that is SMAD 6 and SMAD 7. Their usual location in the resting state is in the nucleus. However, when some changes occurs within the cells, it will cause this SMAD 6 and 7 to go in the translocate into the cytoplasm, and thereby this SMAD 6 and SMAD 7 prevent the activations of this regulatory SMAD pathway, or prevent the interaction of this regulatory SMAD pathways with the activated TGF-beta receptors or BMP receptors. And this, in other terms, act as a negative feedback for the TGF-beta activations and the BMP activations, and thereby prevent the over expressions or over activations of this TGF-beta and BMP. So this inhibitory SMAD pathways works in a opposing manner compared to the regulatory SMAD pathways or co-SMAD pathways. These co-SMAD pathways does not or cannot be activated directly by the TGF-beta receptors or BMP receptors, but for these R-SMAD pathways, it can form a complex and activated by the activated TGF-beta or BMP receptors. So these are three different categories of this SMAD and how they are related to each other. If you need to understand more about SMAD signaling pathways in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.